Okay, I'll just start talking now. So, first thing, um, I have only basically two categories here, but the list could be endless. So we have a eating, smoking hand, and we have a touching, throwing hand. But you could also like classify them or into all sorts of categories, like scratching your ass hand, or just like taking out the boggles like from your nose hand. And yeah, just imagine um, what it could be. Well, not exactly job interview, but let's say like a worker on the factory, and they would be like, oh, like, so which one is your dominant hand? So maybe implying that how would you, lift up stuff and control some machinery or whatever. There could be questions like that. And yeah, imagine the response to those kind of questions like, okay, this is my like scratch my head hand, so probably I will pull this trigger on the machine like with this hand, and with the other one I'll just take out this stuff from the machine and then press those buttons because this is my, pick my ears hand, so probably use that. Oh yeah. So we now have the touchscreen thingy in McDonald's just to, click some buttons on the menu, like put in your card and you're done, you just pick it up from the counter, right? But imagine if you're maybe not just drunk but stoned as well. And McDonald's have a lot of items on the menu, right?
Yeah.
Once I think I was I don't know if I was stoned or drunk. Don't remember because that day was pretty long and eventful. So I went to that touch screen, right? And clicked some buttons. I was hungry and I was also thirsty. And then I went to the counter like with my receipt. So and then they give me some stuff. And then there was just a bottle of water, and I was like, I didn't order that. No, like it's on the order. Yeah, but let's say you put this touchscreen thing in a restaurant which has, I don't know, 5 times more stuff on the menu than McDonald's, right? So not really standardized. And you're so drunk and like just click through the buttons, and then instead of like some mushroom soup, you end up with a giant dish of lobsters or something. You're like, how the hell like did I order that? And yeah, like how you're supposed to eat it if you just like wanted a soup and then you end up with this. But yeah, so went to the park with a friend, with some weed, and then the fun part was that yeah, you kind of get a little bit paranoid after the weed, especially when you're in public. Especially when you get out of the park to the normal streets and there are like people around you, and especially if you go to McDonald's after that. And then so he bought his food with a credit card, I think, just like at the counter. And luckily for us, there were those touchscreen things. But yeah, so he was already eating his food, and I was like sitting at the table next to him, and scared as hell, like just to go and order my food, uh, and telling him, well, maybe you can buy it with your card and then I can like later cash you out and give you back the money or something like that. He was like, dude, like just go to the touch screen. Like you don't have to really communicate. You just go to the touch screen, like click some buttons, get your food, and like just pick it up and go back to the table. So it. So there were people at the neighboring tables, and we were discussing this for a couple of minutes. Imagine like people next to us like hearing this kind of stuff. Like just strangers next to us hearing things like, dude, like I'm just scared, I don't want to like go out to the counter and buy my food, can you do this for me? uh, okay, that's a very short and concise joke, so I'll try to read it slowly. I don't think it needs more explanation. So farmers selling cow dough as fertilizers. That's clear, right?
Yeah.
And then the Rastafarian buying weeds from the same guy, right? And the farmer telling to Rastafarian, there's some real shit out there. Okay, so some models or some fashionable girls might want to, dress up with long skirts, the one that just go almost like as up to the boobs or just above the waistline anyway. And they're trying to make this imitation that they have like long legs. So they just have this long skirts that just like almost go up to their neck, right? Just to make the impression that they have long legs. But to me, it looks like basically a chupa chups, like a lollipop. It's basically like a head on a stick. That's how it looks like, especially if the girl is like trying to go heavy diet and just starve herself like to a pretty bad physique because of that. Yeah, imagine like if more girls will dress up like that. So you'll see like just those walking sticks like with their heads on them. It will probably look like an alien invasion, I would say. Just like it will be like, if not Mars attacks, but like Venus attacks, and just like those walking sticks walking across the streets. Just like tiny like long heads because they've been starving, so the jaws is like almost like dropping down or something. It looks like yeah. And they will have those Starbucks like coffee cups in their hands, and this will look like as if they have some like heavy guns or something. Just like okay, which one? This one. Yeah. So when summer hits, you put on those pretty thin like short socks, right? Because you wear shorts and you wear like some sandals or uh, pretty open sneakers or something like that. And those are slippery as hell and squeaky as well. Like sometimes even squeakier than some wooden floor at some of your friends' place. And it's really driving me mad. Like, especially in summer, and especially when I've been like walking around downtown a lot. Um, I just don't want to walk. I just want to get on the bike or something, or like get on the bus instead of walking across downtown, because probably it freaks me off more than the bike passengers. Just, so I try to basically make longer steps, so it wouldn't, so the sounds wouldn't be like so rapid, so quick, so that there will be a pause between them, so less people will notice that, because otherwise it's like all the time, like just this quick noise, as if you've, I don't know, taking a tablecloth, like those rubber ones, and then like you have a wet table or something, and then you slide this glove across the table all the time. So it's hard to say. Or imagine like just a squeaky floor, some wooden house or whatever, and then imagine you're this house that is walking like down the street and making this noise all the time with all the people around. Like, probably occasional farting will be probably better than this kind of noise all the time. Just, as if you're basically with a woman, but it happens for an hour or so. So, kind of a similar sounds, even though it sounds a bit gross, but yeah. Okay. Right. So I have this sudden urge. Um, Sometimes after a night out, especially if it's a weekend, next day I just rest and stay at home, watch some TV shows or whatever. but I don't know why. Normally, you're supposed to feel like really sick and not really in the mood to like drink or eat anything. But for some weird reason, after a heavy night of drinking, the following day, after I had proper amount of sleep, had some coffee, like light breakfast in the morning, for the rest of the day, I want to eat all that stuff that I wanted to eat in the past month or two. I'm just starting to buy all the burgers, all the pizzas, all the cakes, all the cheesecakes, all the candies, all the chocolate, like ice cream, like everything. It's like, imagine you just go to a store and you think like, oh, next time I probably would buy this, but now it's probably not a great idea for a proper meal. So you think like, I will buy this next time. So imagine those kind of cases piled up, like 10 or 20 of them, and then you go to a bar or to a club like with your friends and you spend the entire evening and half the night there, or maybe it's different places, go back home, and then it clicks. So you wake up, okay, maybe in the morning you're not feeling that well. After a while, you rest, you kind of refresh yourself, go take a shower, and then you're like, oh, I need to go to the shop. And then you're like, okay, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Like we will have a bag, come back home, and just like keep on eating, one movie, second movie, third movie, another TV show, another TV series. Like this video, that video, YouTube suggestions, your subscriptions, playlist, like this, like this. And then the next day, it's probably the ultimate washing your dishes day.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And if you don't have a washing machine, you're like, yeah, so the next day I'll be, so if I was eating pretty much the entire day yesterday, so today I'll have to spend the entire free time just washing the dishes and nothing else. Alright. For some other notes, I'll have to remember what I was thinking about. It's a bit too random, like my mind really works in peculiar ways. I remember the entire day, that day when I wrote the note, what was it about? And now, like, no freaking clue. It could be a joke about, like, I don't know, two cars talking to each other or something like that, and I couldn't know. Because I tried to give myself some hints, like, try to be as descriptive as possible, at the same time try to make those notes not take all the space in the world on my phone and so on, and not make it like a poem or like a novel.
Well, it'll come back.
Yeah. Huh?
It will come back.
Yeah, hopefully. I wouldn't mind this to come back. Yeah. Otherwise, for next time I go on the stage in the bar, I'll just have to talk to the audience for the entire time, because I would be like, shit, I can't remember anything. Like, there's just all these files on my phone. I have no fucking idea what I was thinking about. So I'll have to get very intrusive and very talkative and communicative with the audience, which in Finland is a very challenging thing to do, because like they don't talk all that much to each other. Not mentioning me, like total stranger trying to get into their personal life and their preferences. So
maybe you can read your notes to the audience and then ask them what do they think this story is about, and then like tell a partly improvised story based on what they told you.
Yeah, I could do that. But I think maybe next time I'll try to perform. I'll probably just hand over bits of paper, and then they will write some really goofy, descriptive like phrases, and I'll try to act them out. Like I don't know. Let's say normal person, but has a random sudden paranoia illness, like that he's totally afraid of all the trees. And then, like, I don't know, his friends drag him into a park. And then you try to act this out. for example. Yeah, but yeah, giving these notes to random people and ask them what do you think they are. Yeah.